Hello, it's Ruby and today I'm going to be showing you my January to be read list. This is a collaboration with one of my amazing friends here on YouTube, Evie from HowToBeEvie. I love Evie's channel myself and I'm sure that you're going to love it too. We actually did a collaboration a few months back. We made the Potterhead reading tag. Evie posts some book related videos, some study related videos and then some beauty related videos. I know that they're videos you're going to love. And Evie herself is such a lovely person. I've got 20 books that I wish to read this year and I'm going to separate them into young adults, lighter reads and then other books, so classics and non-fiction. I'm going to start with the non-fiction book I've got. I've only actually got one and it is In-Flight Science by Brian Clegg. Brian Clegg wrote one of my favourite non-fiction books of all time, which was The Universe Inside of You, so I definitely can't wait to read more of his work. I do need to read it on a plane though. So then I've got some classics. The first book that I really wish to read is The Murders of the Rue Morgue and Other Tales by Edgar Allan Poe. Poe has this charming way of speaking to you in an incredibly formalised manner, but in a way that really respects the reader. He talks with you. I also love how he mirrors the inevitable descent into madness that practically every story tells. And he mirrors this with his own writing style, and I think his work is just so interesting to read. There stood Mrs. Fairley, a white figure alone in the moonlight, in her attitude, in the turn of her head, in her complexion, in the shape of her face. The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, which has been on my reading list for exactly a year. I haven't read lots of him, so I'm not sure whether this book is going to be the same, but what I have read of him, the words are so gentle, they're so soft, and it does give this illusion of an almost surreal, and it's just beautiful to read. The next book is Murphy by Beckett Samuel. I was recommended this by my English teacher last year. It was a book that was banned in Ireland, and I'm not actually too sure of what it contains, but I respect my teacher's recommendation. The next book is The Picture of Dorian Gray. Wild just makes you think to such a great extent. The next book is Miracles by C.S. Lewis. I've read Mere Christianity, because Miracles is another one of his books about Christianity. It was so enlightening, and I'm really interested in Christian theology, so it's something that really appealed to me. He puts across his points in such a clarified manner. The next book is Fatherland by Robert Harris. I read Wolf by Wolf last year, and this is quite similar in the sense that it's how the world would be if the Nazis had won World War II, and I'm really interested in World War II, so I really can't wait to read it. Now I'm going to go on to lighter fiction. The first book is How I Live Now by Meg Rossoff. I've watched the film because someone I know was in it, but I still haven't read the book, and I love the storyline. The next book is Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver, and it's been likened to If I Stay by Gail Forman, which is a book that I really enjoyed. It's about a 17-year-old girl who's killed in a car crash, and she recounts her last seconds and she recounts her death. I think it will be good. The next one is How It Feels to Fly by Catherine Holmes. I read her book, what was it called? The Distance Between Lost and Found, back in summer, and it was one of my favourite books of 2016. This is the only other one she's published though, so I really want to read this one. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think the rest of the books are actually related to bullying. So the first one is Positive, a Memoir by Paige Rule, and I'm under the impression that this is a true story, but it looks amazing, and as you know, I love practically all books and films that are related to bullying. So actually, if you have any suggestions, then please leave them down below because I'd love to hear if you've read any really good ones. Bullies Like Me by Lindy Zart. Let the Right One In by John Ajvid Lindqvist. He's Swedish, so I'm sorry I can't pronounce his name at all. But it's actually about vampires, but it's about bullying as well. It looks good. I've heard good things about it. I want to give it a try, even if I'm not going to enjoy it. That's some of the books that I really hope to read in 2017. I hope that this year is going to be even better in terms of reading than last year. Last year I read 102 books, and this year I am aiming for 150, but I don't think I'm probably going to accomplish it. But it's good to aim high. Please tell me down below which books you are intending to read this year. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go and watch Evie's video after this. Her channel and her video will be linked down below. I'm sure you are going to love her channel. So thank you again for watching, and